So welcome back to Kenji's Cocktail Kitchen. I'm Kenji. This is my kitchen. I'm working with the MONIN team in the UK. An amazing company I love working with because it really feels like a family. They really welcome me in. It's great to be able to do these masterclasses with their amazing products. We've got syrups, purees, and the wonderful Paragon. So I'll be using a number of these in all the series of masterclasses for home tenders and for bartenders. For this 20-minute session, I'll be looking at home tenders, those of you relatively new to making drinks at home. Then I'm going to be looking at a journey of cocktail adventures. I'm lucky enough to have done cocktail sessions and events and experiences in over 70 different countries over the last coming up to 20 years in this industry. So 3 drinks. I'll be looking at a drink that I love every time I'm in India. I spent quite a lot of time over there, the mango lassi, and I'll tell you a little bit of story and a background of my travels across India. Then I'm just outside London, so I'm going to go to a cocktail that always reminds me of London, the Porn Star Martini. My friend Douglas Ankara invented it about 20 years ago. Still very iconic in the capital and across the UK. Then for this lovely weather we're having, thought I'd take a very refreshing dip into the Cuban Mojito, but jazz it up with some bubbles to make it a Royale. Okay, so we're going to look now and dive into the 3 cocktails that I'm going to make on today's masterclass. So I'm going to be making a mango lassi first, so a trip around India. Lucky enough to have spent quite a few months traveling around from Madhya Pradesh, seeing tigers in the wild, to Amritsar, the Golden Palace, obviously spending time in Delhi and Mumbai. One of my most memorable trips was going up to McLeod Ganj, right in the northern borders, Dharamshala, when listening to the Dalai Lama speak, which is great. So big connections with India. One of the drinks very popular is the lassi. The lassi comes in lots of different flavors. It can come in salted, but my favorite would be fresh mangoes placed into there. So I'm going to make a mango lassi, but I'm going to make it as simply as possible with the ingredients. Use the smaller bits of ice for your blender, depending on how strong your blender is, to get as much chips as possible. So with this one, I think most lassis are served non-alcoholic, so you can miss the alcohol out altogether. Or if you do want it with a bit of punch, I would say use some rum, some other lovely dark flavored spirits that can come through. You can use a jigger, or we talked about using an egg cup, which is around 50 ml, depending on the size of your egg cup, to measure out your spirits. It's good to know how much you're drinking to stay in control. So using an egg cup, it's about 50 ml. For my rum, yogurt. So that's the secret. Got it nice and chilled, natural yogurt, about the same parts in there. This is where we add the flavor. So I'm going to use MONIN's mango puree. It's going to get that lovely fresh mango juiciness and flavor to come through. And in a lassi across India, it's made slightly differently. You want to spice it somehow. Cardamom is very popular. Using honey, get some rich textures and flavors. I'm going to use a little dash, about a half part, MONIN's Falernum. Do you like Falernum? You got ginger, almond, clove, vanilla. Get some of those spices coming through. So if it was 2 parts, this would just be about a half part in there. Maybe a little splash more from Sensen. I do want to balance this out with a bit of fresh citrus. So I'm going to prepare the blender. I'm just going to have it ready to be able to squeeze on the top of my drink to get that lovely fresh, zingy flavors coming through. Okay, excuse the noise. Lovely. So a nice glass, I'm using like an ice cream glass, we can pour it all in. Nice. As I said, I want some of that lovely citrus to come and balance it out. So I'm just going to squeeze some a little bit of fresh lime on the top and mix that in so it's right at the top. Get those lovely flavours. So that is my mango lassi. Very quick, very easy. 3 ingredients plus a squeeze of lime. Really get the drink coming together. So that was in India, bringing out all those remembrances and journeys. Really takes me back, sitting on the streets, drinking a mango lassi. You get that lovely kick of the rum as well. So I'm just outside London. I've got a big connection with London. I've been here for quite a long time, and just grew up with that culture of London. So the next drink I'm going to make is a porn star martini, and despite its controversial name, or perhaps because of the controversial name, it's become incredibly popular. Douglas was very clever in terms of the ritual and the serve of the drink. So I'm chilling down, got a nice metal martini glass. It's amazing at home if you rummage through your cupboards what you can find. See different types of vessel that you can use in there. So I'm going to shake this one. Being a porn star martini, nice and gold. I'm going to use 2 parts vanilla vodka. You need that passion fruit, so I'm going to use that passion fruit puree. Nice. I do love the aroma of passion fruit. Really comes to life. And then freshly squeezed lime juice. Just pre-squeezed some in here, speed things along. So it's 2 parts vanilla vodka, 1 part of MONIN's passion fruit puree, and 1 part fresh lime. And then we're going to shake this up. So when you're shaking, if you've got a 3-piece shaker or you're using a different type, make sure it's all held together, doesn't explode over you. We shake to bring drinks to life, to really waken them up, not send them to sleep. We want the drink laughing with those bubbles as it finishes, so it comes out. So nice and hard. Should be nice and cold. Chilling that down. If you've got a fresh passion fruit, you may add one to your basket. It's a lovely garnish to sit on the top of the drink. And then the infamous side serve. Get your Prosecco. And a little shot glass. To make a 3-ingredient porn star martini with a little bit of bubbles. I should drink some really. Porn star martini. He described it as fun, sexy, and evocative. Sipping between the Prosecco and the drink. Okay, so my last story, I'm going to zoom from India to London and then over to Cuba. And I first visited Cuba more than 2 decades ago, flying into Havana and then going into the old town. There's such a great history of cocktails with Hemingway, with the Floridita, with the Mojito, and the daiquiri. If you've got time and interest, look up the wonderful history of the drinks over there. I just remember sitting in the cafes, everything, time had slowed down. There would be a band playing in the background, there'd be a lovely lady singing, or a gentleman singing their heart out, and you could just feel the rhythm in the air. Everything was nice and slow, these old style American cars kind of drifting past the way. So great memories, time in Cuba. So obviously we're gonna be making a mojito, but a little very simple twist, just replacing the soda for champagne to make it a Royale in the cocktail. So first thing is mint. We've got fresh mint. I've already prepared some leaves, about good 7-8 leaves. It's a good amount. Give them a smack. It's the little hairs on the back that contain all the lovely aromas of the mint. So bringing that to life, smacking the mint. I like to put the mint at the bottom so it doesn't tear up when I'm muddling the drink. So you see how I've taken my lime, I've topped and tail, I've halved it. I'm going to chop it twice into thirds, and chop again so you get little quartets. I'm going to add just over half the lime, so it depends on the size of your lime. And then the syrup. You need sugar. It's one of those brilliant balanced cocktails with the mint, the lime, and the sweetness coming through. So I'm going to pour Monin's pure sugar cane syrup over the top, get into the skin of the lime. Then I'm going to muddle this up. Just a muddle. If you don't have one, grab your rolling pin in your drawer. And you just want to squish, see everything together. Now these drinks with a lot of citrus in them need to be colder to get the right taste profile. So crushed ice is the best thing. I know it's not very easy to get crushed ice. The one thing you can do is fill a little tin up with your regular ice. It's the same muddler. You get this lovely crushed ice. I'm going to save a little bit because I'm going to top up. Obviously we then need to add our rum. Use your rum of choice. I'm actually going to use Captain Morgan rum. I like the spiced rum, but this is what I had in my cupboard. Stir it all together. I'm going to stir it in like a 3D motion to bring the mint and the lime up. Okay, I've got my Prosecco, so I'm going to top that up to create my Royale. More ice. It's a nice cold drink. The crushed ice does dilute the drink, but you want it to open up when especially it's hot and refreshing like today. Lots of ice. Garnish the fresh mint sprig. For the Royale that we have there. So obviously this drink is quite good to drink with a straw, but even in these times we should be thinking of the environment. So remember, no plastic straws, please. If you do want a straw, there's lots of alternatives out there. One you can drink without a straw. There are metal reusable straws. Pasta is a great straw. You got bamboo as an option. You got paper. You got another form of metal, and you got reeds as a great option as well. So lots of different eco-friendly straw options. Do your research into there. So as you heard, that is my time. Thank you for listening. This has been Kenji's Cocktail Kitchen with Monin, a series of masterclasses looking to elevate your cocktail game. We made a lovely mango lassi from India, pornstar Martini from London, and then the Mojito Royale from Cuba. Thanks for watching.